Got 30 acres up in northern Minnesota. My name's Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. What I'm going to do is break down this property for you today. I'm going to talk about a lot of common questions. I'm going to show you what the property looks like on satellite imagery. I'm going to talk about how you can access a property on your own for a successful land visit in some of my favorite apps. And then I'm going to show you where you would put a driveway in and show you where all the high ground is on this property. So this is going to be a really versatile property up here in Minnesota. I'll kick this video off with a quick disclaimer. This isn't legal advice. It's not real estate advice. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions with you through my own due diligence and my experience in the industry. So let me show you what I got here. This has easy access on Highway 22. Again, this is in St. Louis County, Minnesota, just outside of Duluth area. And this is going to be a really nice property for multi-use. So like hunting, camping, RV usage, campers. You can even build on this property, right? So all the above. And let's kind of run through what we're looking at here. I think a good starting point actually might be to start on satellite imagery to give you an idea of what we're looking at. So in some of those photos, you're going to see wetlands, right? The majority of the wetlands are going to be up here, and you can see it on satellite imagery, right? Down here, there is not wetlands, and you're going to, like, we've talked to a wetland specialist. We've talked to a driveway company. You'll put a culvert in on the road. This is pretty common in Minnesota. There's some ditch water. So you put the culvert in your driveway, and then your proposed driveway location is going to be down here on the south end of the property. And that's going to lead you to all this high ground, right? Really nice wooded property. When the photographer went out here, there was a ton of ducks on the property. So when we think about a property like this, we think duck hunting, deer hunting, waterfowl, things like that, right? It's going to be a really nice hunting spot up here in northern Minnesota. In addition, it would be a good place for a cabin, or even just a place to clear some space and put some campers out there here and spend the weekends with family and friends. So those are some of the selling points. Those are some of the potential uses that I recommend for a property like this. But again, when it comes to putting a driveway in, kind of talking about the meat and potatoes, you'll go through a wetland delineation. We can get you in touch with a wetland specialist if you're interested in that. And then you're going to end up, submitting a permit to the county with your driveway plan and build your driveway, somewhere back here. I'll show you where a proposed driveway is. So here's a location of a proposed driveway approach that we've identified. And then here's a wetlands map that the wetland specialist provided with us, right? We can see we've got wetlands over here. Let me get rid of my video here. And you can see down here is where you're going to put your driveway in. So should be a pretty nice property to develop or even just use for recreation and hunting. So we're offering a really affordable price on 30 acres up here in northern Minnesota. Just giving you a quick bird's eye view of this of this property. We're over here off Highway 22. This is Highway 25 right here that goes north and south. Highway 22 goes east and west. So again, as I zoom out, we can see we're up here by pretty close to the state forest, pretty close to the Boundary Waters Voyageurs National Park. Here's Superior National Forest. So a mecca of outdoor recreation. This is Duluth down here. Here's Grand Rapids area too. So pretty central up here in northern Minnesota. If you're looking for land up here, we think we have one of the better prices you're going to find in the area, considering how much high ground that we have on this property. So let's talk a little bit more about the property. Let's look at some photos. Again, I talked about putting a culvert in. This is all pretty common stuff here in Minnesota. Dealing with wetlands and things like that is not uncommon up here in northern Minnesota. But again, I'm very optimistic. You should have no issue putting a driveway into this property. So again, just kind of scrolling through some of these photos. You guys are welcome to go view the property on your own. As we've gone through a lot of those, I've got the wetlands shared and all that good stuff. You guys are welcome to go view the property on your own. My recommendation is simply using the GPS coordinates, just copying and paste them right off our website right here like that. My favorite app for land viewings is going to be using Onyx Hunt, and I have it pulled up right here. I have the elite version of Onyx going right now. All I'm doing is plugging in these GPS coordinates into Onyx Maps. And you can see the properties outlined right here. And you can even walk the property, right? Again, your best access point is going to be down here in the south end, leading you to all this high ground on the property. You can also use natural features in the landscape. So if you're not familiar with how to use Onyx Hunt, you can simply use the GPS coordinates and plug them into Google Maps. They're going to take you right to the property, and you can look for natural features in the landscape. This will be a really easy property to go visit and view. On the north end of the property, you'll see that somebody's farming this right here. Then our property starts here in the wetlands. This is a very distinguishable piece of this property. This is a distinguishable characteristic of the property is what I should say. So you should be able to see, these trees start down here, and you've got, roughly about 105 feet where the trees start to the end of the property line. So that's something to keep in mind. And then on the back side of the property, I don't know. I mean, you're going to walk to the back end of it and you're probably, let's say you can see that. You walk there, it's about 220 feet from where this person's farming. So I hope that helps give you an idea. You don't necessarily need to know how to use Onyx Hunt and some of these mapping programs. You can simply use the satellite imagery. You're going down Highway 22 right here, up Highway 25. And actually this road has a name. It's like Angora or something like that. I think we saw it on Onyx. So it's right here. It's Allengo Road is how you probably pronounce that. So if you see that name too, just keep that in mind. You're in the right location. Again, touching on zoning, it's multi-use. It's going to have a wide range of zoning. That's the purpose of that zoning, just a wide range of usage. This is going to be a really versatile property. Think homesteading, think cabin in the woods, think hunting, think camping, recreation, or just a pure land investment. That price point, we're going to come in below market value because we're in the business of moving land fast. So that's what we do here at Wilco Land. If you have questions, if you want to go view the property, feel free to take off out here and take a look at the property on your own. You can give us a website, have a lot of land, even more listings up here in northern Minnesota to take a peek at. Hop on the website, take a gander at it. You can give us a call here. We're happy to help you in your land buying process. We really believe in these properties that we're selling. We really believe land is truly that next gold rush that nobody's talking about, right? So come and get some while it's available at these prices. Give us a call here at 605-299-5553. Thanks for tuning in.